Story now. The Sekhukhune District Municipality in Limpopo wants officials who've wasted money to repay it from their own purses, while municipal officials are said to be responsible for a more than 600,000 rand bill incurred in the 2018-2019 financial year. Well, let's get some more details on how this will work. I'm joined by Sekhukhune Mayor Stanley Ramaila. Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for your time and thanks for coming through. So, this decision that you made, and I'm sure that many will applaud the call to pursue these officials who are behind this and asking them to repay this money. Have you identified any culprits yet?
It is a process that accounting officer must be indulged in and be able to give us those names. And from there, the officials should need to be engaged and they should be able to tell us how are they going to be able to pay back the money. But it's not the first time that a district municipality is taking action about officials. Currently, as we speak, the municipal manager is on suspension for irregular expenditure and are going through the necessary disciplinary processes. Should we identify those that are involved in this 111,000, would also subject them to the same process of disciplinary. Yes.
So your hope here is to subject them to disciplinary processes and recoup this money.
Yes.
Do you really hope? I mean, do you really think you're going to get this money back?
Well, we'll try our best. We should try our best. Those who resign will take it from their pension. We'll just go into the exercise and identify those people. Once we've identified those people, definitely we have to take action, because the Auditor General has been saying there's lack of leadership. Like in the instance of a municipality, if the accounting officer cannot provide that leadership, ultimately the executive mayor has to apply that leadership, which is what I'm intending to do with these affected officials.
So when you talk of disciplinary action, are we talking about them just being wrapped over the knuckles, staying in their job, or will they be gone? Will they never work in this municipality again?
It depends at the outcome of the disciplinary. Yeah. If dismissal is recommended, would obviously have to do it. If any other sanction is recommended, will depend as to how the disciplinary process will be going.
Would you want somebody who's taken even 2 rand from here to actually be working in your municipality again?
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You wouldn't?
We wouldn't. So dismissal would be a good thing for us.
That's what you'd be aiming for?
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, this province, and when it comes to Limpopo, we know about VBS. We know the scandal. We know the involvement of some municipalities. Yes. In terms of the areas that you govern, that you're in charge of, where does VBS feature at all, and the illicit money, if I'm going to call it that? Firstly,
Sekhukhune District Municipality itself has never invested with the VBS. But of course, we do have 3 of our municipalities, actually 4 of our municipalities that have invested. The investment money came back, but 2 of our local municipalities, the money did not come back. And subsequent to that, the leading party in the province, the ANC, has requested that the mayors relinquish their responsibilities in the 2 municipalities that the money did not come back.
So your municipality, you said no?
We said no.
And what at that point made you say no?
Well, it would just have looked at, because we have been with Standard Bank and the 4 banks that we know, but I was imagining how a small bank like that could offer us lucrative interest as such, which, well, the normal banks that we know, the big four could not offer. Just a bit suspicious. By luck, and we're correct.
Okay, so your gut. You went with your gut feeling about that one, which is always a good thing. But when it comes to the fruitless and wasteful expenditure, Mr. Mayor, did your gut not tell you what was going on in the municipality when it came to those things?
Look, we have just received the opinion for 18-19 from the Auditor General. These things were just flagged now. Now, what we're going to do is, the accounting officer in this case is the acting municipal manager, because the municipal manager is on suspension for the 66 million irregular expenditure, where tenders were awarded, we believe, erroneously.
Okay.
Yes, we took action there. We still believe here, once we would have gone to the bottom of the matter, officials affected would definitely put them through the disciplinary process.
Was this all after you heard from the Auditor General and what he had to say, or had you been investigating before that anyway?
We had been investigating before. We even went to the council to disclose the irregular expenditure. And after that, then the council directed the executive mayor to take certain action against the municipal manager. That's why the municipal manager is on suspension now, undergoing a disciplinary process.
So going forward, Mr. Mayor, how do you prevent this kind of thing from happening again, other than having good, honest people in the right positions who want to do what's right for their residents and communities? What is your plan to make sure this doesn't happen again?
Look, I think what we need to do, and what is the mistake that we are doing throughout the year, is only when the auditing season comes that officials, everybody, start looking around for information and so on. So my plan is that come January, February, we need to do a pre-audit for the past 6 months, and they will do the next quarter and the next quarter, so that when comes auditing season, we would have done our own pre-audit. We would already have identified gaps that when the AG comes, we will have been ready with information to provide to the AG.
I don't envy you your task, Mr. Mayor. I wish you all the luck as well in this, and let's hope that you root out the bad fruit, if I were to call it, when it comes to fruitless and wasteful expenditure. Thank you very much. That's Stanley Ramela, Sekhukhune Mayor there.